I'm now joined by Dr. Jamal Abdul-Jawad, Senior Research Fellow at the Al-Aram Center for Strategic Studies. Dr. Jamal, pleasure to have you on the show. First of all, the Gaza death toll passes 57,000 today, with little clarity on a potential ceasefire. Yesterday, a Hamas delegation met Egyptian and Qatari mediators in Cairo to discuss the proposal. Are we any closer to an agreement?
Well, there is a feeling of déjà vu. We have been in this situation many times in the past months, getting close to a deal, and then before reaching the real end, negotiations collapse. The new element this time is that we are in the post-Israeli-Iranian war, I would say, a situation in which the American President Trump feels strengthened and ready to lead a sort of a peace process towards de-escalation in Gaza. He feels that the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu is indebted to him and should be ready to respond positively to the plans coming and suggested by the American president. So we'll see whether this new element will make a difference really in terms of the Israeli and also, of course, Hamas readiness to move forward toward a ceasefire.
The human rights group Amnesty International has condemned the aid distribution foundation GHF, saying it's committing genocide in the Gaza Strip. Do you agree with this analysis and the humanitarian situation unfolding in Gaza?
Israel has been searching for an alternative for the regular and the most common and experienced organizations specialized in distributing food and aid to the people in Gaza. UNRWA in particular has been severely criticized by Israel and actually banned now by the Israeli authorities from working in any region that is where Israel has the authority and the political power. And trying to create an alternative for that so far has been a complete failure. And this is what we are seeing now. The death toll that we are talking about today and yesterday, actually, I would say this is a daily toll. It's the average of 50 people killed every day trying to reach for the food distribution centers testify for the failure of those arrangements and the need for moving back toward more conventional, more experienced organization. And again here, UNRWA is still a great and qualified alternative. The challenge is that the United States is sharing the same position with Israel, and they together create a kind of a strong obstacle for bringing back UNRWA. So yes, it's a genocide. Yes, it's a part of a policy that is trying to make Gaza a place that is unlivable, where people can no longer continue living, force them to find other place to migrate to other places. Israel and the United States has been suggesting that the people of Gaza should be moved to somewhere else, to Sinai in Egypt. Egypt, of course, resisted that. The people of Palestine themselves rejected that. So it's an attempt to get rid of the Palestinian rather than of helping the Palestinian there. And this is the part of the problem, actually, that is, it looks a humanitarian dimension of the problem, but actually it is fully integrated in the political and strategic makeup of the situation in Gaza and of the Israeli-Palestinian relationship.
Dr. Jamal, as you mentioned there, Egypt borders the Gaza Strip. Is Egypt taking in refugees from Palestine at all? And could Egypt be doing more to get aid into the country and to starving people? Because Rafah is on the border with Egypt.
Yeah, there is since the beginning of the conflict, there is a number in the vicinity of 150,000 Palestinians from Gaza that moved to Egypt. Those are whether people who have relatives who live in Egypt or injured people who have been moved to Egypt to receive medical care with the support family members. A number of around 150,000 Palestinians from Gaza are already now in Egypt. But allowing a massive migration of Palestinians to Gaza, this will be from Gaza to Sinai, this will be, I would say, Egypt contributing and participating in achieving the Israeli goal. Israel, and particularly this Israeli government, want to get rid of the largest possible number of Palestinians to make the territories of the Palestinians ready for maybe Israeli settlement, to fight against the demographic imbalance where Palestinian population is growing in a kind of a rapid rate compared to Israel. So Israelis are concerned about this kind of demographic changes that are happening. So it comes down to providing aid, to providing Palestinians with the necessary items needed for them to survive in Palestine itself on their own homeland. Egypt has been the source of the largest part of humanitarian aid that have been presented to Palestinian people since the beginning of the conflict. But since Israel has occupied the Philadelphia corridor on the Egyptian-Israeli border, the Rafah corridor the Rafah crossing has been shut down, and Israel is not allowing food trucks and aid to come through it to reach to the Palestinians, which caused a great reduction in the amount of humanitarian aid reaching to the Palestinian people. So, in one word, Egypt is ready. However, how the conflict is going, the Israeli policy of occupying the Rafah crossing from the other side and the Philadelphia road, all those things not allowing actually Egypt to continue doing what it has been doing since the beginning of the conflict, providing the Gazans with a great part of what is needed for them to continue surviving.
Dr. Jamal Abdul-Jawad, a senior research fellow at the Al-Aram Center for Strategic Studies. A pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you for joining me.